Welcome to the StockMatter.com studios here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. I'm your StockMatter Brian Johnson, making professional trading simple. And Bears take a little bit yesterday and give it all back today. Not much of a move by the Bears. Certainly was not confirmed today, so that puts us where? Yeah, back to short-term bullish. No question about it. This is certainly bullish behavior that we're seeing here. No reason to think that we won't bust above all of this and continue upwards towards the next level, which would be 10,500. Pretty flat trading today, so if you were trying to trade the ETFs, I'm sure it was not all that easy. The best thing to do today was kind of to look towards individual stocks and see if there was something within there that you could find. We did have a decent rally to start the day, and then that was it. Sideways all day long. So, once again, good day to try to find some stocks to play. ETFs, we're all sideways. This is all bullish behavior. What we got to have is we just got to break these lower levels. A 10,200, then maybe we've got something for the Bears to talk about. But right now, everything's hanging out at the top. Any pullback is just being bought up by the Bulls. So no reason to think this isn't over yet. Here, if we look on a daily, you can see what happened yesterday, followed by the same move today. Move right back to the upside, finishing just below the 50-day moving average. But this now looks like it's got, maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, a little bit up here. I don't see any reason why we can't reach this 10,500 level now. So any break up and over, 10,400, 10,450, probably more conservative traders should take you back to 10,500 and maybe even beyond at this point. Just a very pretty strong move here by the Bulls. It was getting very weak towards the top of the extended move, but these last 2 days, these little pullback days that we've had here, helped relieve some of the pressure and has allowed the market to kind of get back into a bullish move. Now, the internals and stuff were not all that strong at all today. Very flat across the board. Not necessarily confirming what we were seeing in the markets, but it was an up move nonetheless. So maybe it's on its final leg. That would make sense. Maybe a wave 5 finishes up here. But any break below 10,200, 10,192 really. I want to see it get back below this 20-day, and then maybe we've got something to talk about when it comes down to this 990 area down here, or 9900 area, 9900 area. Anything back above here though, and it's really anybody's game. And the Bulls have just really been putting it to the Bears these last few days in anticipation for this big move down that's supposedly supposed to come. I did expect a pullback, but was expecting maybe a little bit something larger than this, and still could see it. As long as we stay below 10,450, we're probably okay in the short term from the bear side. But really, honestly, nothing broken from the bull side yet. NDX on a 60-minute, you can see it here, moving down, breaking below this channel, which was great to see, but not staying there. I mean, we did get back up above it. Now we are kind of below it again, so anything can still happen as long as we stay below this lower channel line. But this thing really looks like it wants to fight and get back up here. Kind of looking to make a cup and handle type of a formation, which, or you could call it an inverse head and shoulders. Either one. I don't necessarily like those formations up here, but they are what they are. So you can call it a head and shoulders. You can call it a cup and handle potentially happening here, but any push back up and over 1820 on the NASDAQ probably takes you back up to 1830, and I wouldn't see why we couldn't reach these 1850-ish areas if that happens. From a daily standpoint, same type of thing. Big move up, pull back, now a move up, and what I think I'm seeing here, guys, once again, just from an Elliott wave standpoint, this looks like maybe a 1, sideways 2, a 3 push up. This was 4 before the push up for maybe a 5 back up here into this area. That has a very, I think that has a very, very good chance of making it back up here into the 1840, 1850 area on any kind of a push above the 50-day moving average again. From a weekly standpoint, still only Wednesday. We'll take a little closer look at this tomorrow, but you can see we're just kind of putting in a doji up here for the time being. Might turn into be a hanging man doji or something. We'll see what happens by Friday. So still a little early yet. Anything can happen in the last 2 days. SPX on a 60-minute. Look at this thing coming straight sideways. There's that nice kind of a cup and handle formation happening, potentially happening. Any break above that, once again 111.15. I really thought we might see something down here on this push down, but obviously, the Bears with no follow through today, no confirmation today, which is what I'm always looking for, puts us right back in the bull camp. So looking to maybe short-term bullish, get us back up and above this area here to the 11.15 and maybe even beyond that area here. We'll see how far that gets. Got to get up over this 50-day moving average. I still think that's going to end up being some pretty staunch resistance once it starts to push up that direction. So watch that area. I'm still being very careful up here. I know there's a bigger pullback coming, just don't know when. So watch this carefully as we kind of push our way upwards here. SPX on a weekly, you can see it kind of flattening out. Looks like it's putting in that same type of a formation that we're seeing on the other weekly candles for the time being. VIX confirming in a pretty big way today, down 5% today. So once again, no fear. Bernanke came out, said a few words. I think they're attributing it all to that. I don't think that makes any difference. I just think that's where the markets want to go. So they're still very bullish in the short term. VIX on a weekly, you can see it hanging out down here, putting in maybe well, we'll see. Still a little bit early to be looking at these weekly candles, so I'm going to hold judgment until tomorrow night and into Friday. Apple on a 60-minute, you can see it made a good rebound today, back up